Most of us spend our lives chasing success, but we rarely stop to think, is that going to be enough? Is that going to make me happy? Is that going to make my life feel meaningful? For me, I had hit most of the milestones in my life that I thought would feel amazing and make life feel complete. I've graduated, I'm working in my dream career, I got engaged, and I even moved overseas. And yet, some nights I'd lie awake thinking, why does life still feel hollow? And I've realized it's not depression, it's not burnout, it's not even boredom, it's actually a lack of fulfillment. I've also realized that I don't even know what a fulfilling life looks like for me. So this video is part of a bigger experiment that I'm running on myself. If you're new here, check out episode 1 for the full breakdown of what this experiment is all about. The rest of this video will make a lot more sense if you watch that one first. I basically want to figure out how fulfilled I am now and how I can make my life feel more fulfilling. To do that, I have to start measuring my level of fulfillment each and every day. But before I can start measuring or tracking fulfillment, I have to kind of understand what it actually is. And the truth is, most of us actually don't know what fulfillment is, including me. So today we'll chat all about how psychology and philosophy defines fulfillment, why chasing success is not enough, what fulfillment means for me and how I'm going to track it, and how you can join this experiment and start feeling more fulfilled yourself. But for now, maybe get cozy, grab a drink, grab your journal or your notes app, and let's get started. What is fulfillment? I'm not referring to the dictionary definition of fulfillment, which actually is 1, the achievement of something desired, promised, or predicted, or 2, the meeting of a requirement, condition, or need. So those definitions are cool, but they're also very literal. What I'm actually referring to when I say fulfillment in this video is emotional fulfillment. And in psychology, emotional fulfillment is described as a lasting sense of contentment, peace, and satisfaction derived from within. So I've done a little bit of reading and research about fulfillment, and I thought I'd chat about all the things that I've taken note of. Fulfillment is shaped by your own values, your needs, purpose in life, and emotional patterns. It stems from within rather than relying on external factors like possessions or accomplishments and wins. It's also deeply personal and subjective, meaning that what brings fulfillment to one person may be different to what brings fulfillment for another person. Fulfillment is not quite a feeling, it's more of a state of being aligned with who you are and how you live your life. It's different from happiness because happiness can be fleeting. It's not really loud or obvious, but it's something you notice when your actions kind of match up with your values. I wrote some dot points down of what it can feel like. Fulfillment feels like peace with how you spent your time, feeling aligned with your values. It feels like pride without exhaustion, emotional resonance or growth, and feeling like today mattered even if it's in a small way. So my biggest takeaway with fulfillment is that it's not the same as happiness or joy or comfort. It goes deeper than your mood. For example, fulfillment can still happen on sad or serious days, and you can still be productive and feel empty, or very fulfilled but do nothing at all. And fulfillment sometimes also requires discomfort, growth, and effort. All of that is probably still feeling quite abstract. So if you feel any of these things, chances are you probably had a fulfilling day. Number 1, a sense of peace, even if the day was chaotic or messy. You feel like you know yourself better. You connected deeply with others. You lived life in line with your values or your purpose. You have a quiet pride in how you showed up. You found yourself in a moment of flow, losing track of time doing something engaging. You felt emotional resolution. Even if something was hard, you processed it. You felt gratitude and looked back on the day feeling like, I'm glad I was here for this. And overall, you felt like you contributed, created, grew, healed, expressed, or felt something real. Now, obviously, you don't have to feel all of those things. It totally depends on what you define fulfillment as. But chances are, if you even felt one of those things, you probably felt more fulfilled than if you didn't do any of those things. Psychologists and philosophers have been arguing about fulfillment for centuries, which kind of proves how difficult fulfillment is to pin down. So Aristotle drew a line between hedonia, which is pleasure and gratification, with eudaimonia. I have no idea if you pronounce it like that, but that is purposeful and virtuous living. So I don't think those terms mean a whole lot these days. They're quite ancient, but I think the idea still kind of stands today. Fast forward a few centuries, there was the self-determination theory, which says that fulfillment depends on three basic needs: autonomy, which is feeling free to choose; competence, which is feeling capable and skilled; and relatedness, which is feeling connected to others. Then there was Martin Seligman, who brought forward his PERMA model, which stands for positive emotion, engagement, relationships, meaning, and accomplishments, which are basically 5 independent building blocks that lead to a more fulfilling life, and kind of argued that they stack on top of each other, but if even one of the blocks is missing, it weakens your structure for well-being. And to be honest, after all these centuries, I don't think we have one clear-cut answer. I think what we can land on is that fulfillment is completely subjective, differs from person to person, although there are some themes and principles that we can start with to create our own definition. And I can't really talk about emotional fulfillment without chatting about Maslow's hierarchy of needs. It's actually the thing that spurred on this phase of my life, the creation of this experiment in the first place. To be honest, it's probably one of the most quoted theories in psychology, but I think it's a really great way to visualize why success doesn't always feel satisfying. So the theory describes that at the bottom of the pyramid are our physiological needs, which is food, water, shelter, safety, the basic human needs. And then once those needs are met, you move on to your psychological needs, which are belonging, identity, and esteem. And towards the top of the pyramid are the fulfillment needs, aka self-actualization, which is, simply put, just becoming the most you version of you. It's tapping into your highest level of potential. Most of us kind of stop halfway through the pyramid. We get the stable income, we get the gorgeous house, then we're like, yeah, okay, life feels great. I can do this forever. But if we only climb the pyramid for those external signals and we never kind of question what it actually means to live life to the fullest, then we plateau. We stabilize, but we don't self-actualize. And I think in essence, Maslow's model kind of reminds us that even if life looks successful, it can still kind of feel hollow. And that's because you never got to the top of the pyramid and figured out what that top looks like for you. In the same vein, success is loud, it sparkles, people clap, it gives you a dopamine hit, which feels really nice, but it doesn't always bring depth. And this researcher, I think their name is Tim Kasser, they found that extrinsic goals like wealth and image might give you an initial boost, but it actually leads to long-term dissatisfaction. Those goals don't actually fulfill you, they just kind of distract you for a while. Kind of like building a beautiful luxury mansion, but then you forget to put furniture in it. It looks amazing, but it doesn't really feel like home. So that's sort of my brain dump of fulfillment. And after doing all that research, self-reflection, and therapy, I've created my own working definition of what fulfillment is for me. As I mentioned, it's probably not going to be the same as what your definition of fulfillment looks like, and that is okay. For me, fulfillment is the feeling that today was worth living because I felt peace, I allowed myself to play, to get inspired, and I connected deeply with myself and others. It doesn't really roll off the tongue. I'm probably going to change it next next week, but that's okay because we will have to start somewhere. So as I mentioned in episode 1, I'm creating a tracker to collect a lot of data on myself and measuring my fulfillment is part of that tracker. So every single night I ask myself 5 yes or no questions, which gives me a score out of 5, and that is an indicator of how fulfilled I felt that day. So the questions I created for myself are directly in line with the definition of fulfillment that I'm creating. Number 1, would I want more days like this? Number 2, did I feel a sense of peace even if the day wasn't perfect? Did I feel connected to myself, others, or my purpose? Number 4, did I allow myself to play or to get inspired? And number 5, did I feel like myself today? Every single yes is 1 point. Unsurprisingly, 5 means a very fulfilling day and 0 means not so great. And like, to be very real, I actually scored a 1 today. So yeah, still got a lot of work to do, I think. But yeah, that's just one portion of my tracker. I'm going to show you what my tracker looks like in episode 3 and how I'm building it. Overall, doing this step of understanding what fulfillment is and what it means for me was the biggest step forward that I could be taking to kind of make the idea of fulfillment feel less invisible and abstract. So now it's your turn. You don't need to make a spreadsheet or a tracker like I am. I'm a bit of a data nerd and an organizational freak. This method is not for everyone, but I thought I could give some tips on how you guys could also get started on seeking fulfillment and kind of enriching your life with some more meaning, especially for those who feel like the days feel full but they don't feel fulfilling. Give these things a go. So first, note down all the things you know about fulfillment, all the things you've learned about fulfillment, even the things that resonated for you in this video. That will start forming a basis of a definition that resonates with you. Then get in touch with your core values. I worked on this with my therapist and they actually gave me this list of values. I had to pick my top 3. I actually ended up picking 5, but that's okay. Each day is kind of different and usually there's like a top 3 that are operating that day. It's just so that you don't get too lost, because it's very easy to read this list and kind of be like, well, I like all of them, which is probably true to an extent. It's just the ones that matter the most to you. Obviously, it's very hard to read on the screen, so I've actually included a free downloadable link in the description below so you can get it for yourself. And then after you've done that, brainstorm some activities or parts of the day that really make you feel full. That could be laughing with your friends, making yourself a yummy matcha in the morning. It could be spending time in nature, whatever it is for you. Brainstorm as many things as you can so you can kind of tap into those things on the days where you're not feeling like life is very full right now. And lastly, if you care to measure fulfillment, I'd recommend also coming up with a set of questions. And wow, the moon looks so beautiful right now. I'd recommend also coming up with a set of 3 to 5 questions that you can kind of end your day with and use it as a reflection point, potentially in your journaling sessions. It's up to you if you want to do anything about it, but I think you still reap the benefits of fulfillment if you even just give it some awareness and attention. Let me know if you try it. Drop some of your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you guys think. If you missed episode 1, I'd highly recommend watching it. It's the origin of my experiment, why I started it, and the things I'm trying to learn. And episode 3 is coming out very soon as well. That's where I'll walk you through how I built my tracker, what else I'm measuring aside from my fulfillment score, and what patterns or themes I hope to uncover at the end of the year. So if you like design or data or research, that video is definitely going to be for you. So stay tuned. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.